Yo, it's your man Jay Blaze, man, live chilling with my man Socialclub's own Fernie. ¿Cómo está, papá? What's going on, man? Nice to see you, bro.
Good to see you, my friend.
Yo, man, finally I get to do an unexclusive, very special interview about you guys, man, the Socialclub. So much going on with your music. And first of all, for people out there that don't know about the Socialclub, or even Fernie, I've known you for about a year, almost 2 years now, man. You come from a real serious past. You used to do music in the world for people that don't know. And then some things changed. Tell me, man, how did that whole conversion happen? And so people out there that are watching, man, how did your music career start way back when? And then when did the transition come that you started doing music for God?
I mean, for the most part, I mean, a lot of people know me from doing music since high school and things of that nature, and linking up with the radio stations, Power 96, and shout out Felix Sama, DJ Laz and all that, because I gotta keep it trail. They looked out back in the day. They put me out, gave me my shot, you know, allowed me to do jingles, allowed me to do any kind of backstage. I was there. They had me there with them. So, you know, I got my feet wet like that. And, you know, for the most part, meeting a lot of rappers, even back in the day, secular rappers, and, you know, sharpening my sword, sharpening my craft, and, you know, build my way up the ranks. And thank God here I am. I mean,
where did the whole transition, man? Because, like, you're telling me, you were doing music in the world. Power 96 is probably the biggest secular station here in Miami, in the city of MIA 305. DJ Laz is probably the biggest DJ in the city. You were doing it like that, and then some things happened in your life where you ended up doing Christian music, and I guess there was some changes in your life.
Yeah, I mean, prison was a change, you could say. Let's just get to that. You know?
How many years?
In a nutshell, I wound up doing 3 years. You know, I got caught up out there. I was doing my thing. I left church when I was 18 years old. It's almost like I turned 18 and I left church that day. Like, if I really think about it and look back.
One of the funniest things about that people have no clue about Fernie is that Fernie is a pastor's son.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people think that he's just real hood and street, but they don't understand that he's accountable to his father, where he serves at the church. I know that for a fact. So when you got out of prison, man, when did the transition for you to come even start doing music? Because back then, when you first got out of prison, I know you were doing a lot of solo stuff by yourself. When did that transition happen?
I mean, for the most part, when I first came home, I just knew that I still wanted to do music. I always wanted to do music. That was always in my heart. Before the ministry, before Christ, I mean, just music in itself. I mean, a lot of people don't know I play drums, I play trumpet. Wow. I'm a musician, you know, first and foremost. So, like, music runs in my family. I mean, everybody sings, everybody plays some sort of percussion or some sort of instrument. So the music thing was always going to happen. When I got caught up and I went to prison, and I really had some quiet time with the Lord in those few years that I was there. You know what I mean? I look back, I remember telling my dad, I would never do Christian rap. Wow. Imagine telling the pastor, he's like, Fern, one day you give your gifts to God.
What was the reason? What were the reasons why? And be honest.
Why I wouldn't do it?
Yeah.
Well, at the point, I was doing secular music. I thought, you know, being, you know, in the situation I was at the time, that it just wasn't my thing.
Didn't work for you.
Yeah, if anything, I would just let those guys do that, and I would just, you know, work a job and not rap. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
If it came to that, that's how I felt. But once I came home, I understood that, you know, the hunger was still there to make music, and, you know, the only way that I was going to do it if I made my music for God. You know, my wife stuck with me, my family stuck with me. Support. So when I came home, I knew that, you know, that was the way for me to go. You know what I'm saying?
As far as and I know that was a transitional period for you. I remember your sister calling me up here in Miami and saying, yo, my brother's just getting out, he's doing hip hop for the Lord, blah, blah, blah. You gotta meet him. And I remember those days, man, and still, Fernie's one of the hardest workers and fastest writers I know hands down. He writes a lot of music, is forever doing something. He stays busy. But then you collaborate with somebody who I thought would have never. You guys are totally different people, totally different spectrums, totally different backgrounds. Marty Mark comes into the picture. He's formerly from Rain Soul, still does a lot of stuff with Good City Music. But he has a whole nother history. But how did that happen? I remember hearing Marty Mark tell me about you guys getting together. But it's sort of been like a match made in heaven, man. God is really, even with some of the music I've heard you say, you know, Marty Mark's a pastor, so I'm under his covering. It's powerful stuff. How did that whole combination come in? Because you guys are totally different, man, from the way you guys dress to the way you guys rhyme. It's just, but that's what makes you guys in Socialclub so unique.
Yeah, I mean, you can look at it like the odd couple, man. Like, you know, it just works, though. There's really not too much science behind it, man. When we linked up on that Please Don't Make Me Look Bad project, and that song came out, Please Don't Run Away with Butter P, I mean, from there on, we just knew that it was something we could do. You know, it wasn't really like, what are you doing? Like, what kind of style you want to do? What kind of songs you be writing? Nah, it wasn't never like that. It was like, yo, you want to do this? I was like, let's do it. And
since then, it's even been a movement now. A lot of people are starting to really like. And the thing I like the most about the Social Club, I'll tell you this much: I'm real hard on music. What I enjoy is you guys don't take yourself that serious. You take your craft serious, but you don't take only hip hop.
I mean, we're just having a good time. I look at it like this, man. You know, I love Jesus Christ, period. Whether I was ever going to be a Christian rapper, I was always going to love Christ. Especially once I made the decision to take it that seriously, once I had my quiet time in prison, like I said. But it's just something that it just does. It just works for us, you know what I mean? It just works for us.
As far as the Misfits, the music, what can people expect in the coming, in the future? I know 2013 is upon us. What can people expect? You guys have just begun, and from what you're telling me, the recording is already beginning for the new stuff. You guys are collaborating on a bunch of different albums. What's next for the Social Club?
I mean, I would say that, you know what I mean? Sky's the limit, and beyond that is the limit, you know what I mean? I just look at it like all the producers that we've been able to forge relationships with on this project, D-Flow, with, Ray King, Anthony Rose, all the people that blessed us with their talent, where others people, we're just wondering, well, how much are you willing to pay for this beat or this and that? I just looked at it like some people are just in it for the short term. I was looking at longevity with Marty on this project. You know what I mean? I was looking to forge relationships and build relationships for the second album. I'm thinking with the end in mind. I'm starting with the end in mind. You know what I mean? So in my head, I'm in the 4th album. We on the 1st one, but I'm already thinking like, what's D-Flow gonna send us for the next one? What's Wade gonna send for that next one? So I'm just looking forward to build with those guys again, and who knows what's going to come out, maybe 2nd, 3rd album, and see what goes on.
Man, I'm loving it. Definitely something you need to go check out. Fernie has countless music, and go check him out. But the Social Club is the movement. You see the t-shirts, we got them. You can go cop one. I'm going to let you know how you can get your t-shirt on and support the ministry and the music. The mixtape is free, man, right?
Actually, the album.
The album.
It's free.
The album is free.
Absolutely free. Check us out at socialclub.com. You already know it's on every website, every blog. Shout out fnflive.com.
Yo, no fillers, man. A lot of commercial sounding records, stuff that's ready to go. Even people that watch and do radio or have mix shows or DJs. There's something for everybody on here. So many different producers that are on this album. So many features. It's a hot album. Something that's dope, man. I can't believe it's free. You won't believe it even when you go cop it. Yo, it's your man Jay Blaze, Fernie, here on one of 3 Social Club Unplugged. You know what it is. Man Jay Blaze, we got what we trust.